Welcome back. We're going to learn 2 more strategies to help us remember. These strategies are funny phrases and stories. Here's our first example. Never eat soggy waffles. Have you heard that? I've also heard it, never eat shredded wheat. But the idea is when we were younger and we were just learning the directions, the cardinal directions, it helped us remember the order that they go in to have these silly or funny phrases to remind us. Okay, once again, I'm going to show you some slides in this presentation and skip others. Remember to have out your 3-column notes and add to it from this presentation. You're also going to be jotting down a few things in this one, so it will be helpful if you have some scratch paper handy. Okay, our objectives are to create funny phrases to help us remember information in a specific order, and to create stories to help us remember processes. Okay, here's our first example. Well, I guess our second example since we had never eat soggy waffles. This is the example of learning the order of the keys. This is something like piano players. It's often used to help piano players. So this one is every good boy deserves fudge. E, G, B, D, F for the order of the keys. Okay? All right. Here's another example of a funny phrase that you may have heard before to help us remember a process in math. This process is the order of operations. So we have parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. That's the order you go in when you have a complex problem that you're solving. Okay, so how do we remember that that's the order to go in? Well, here's one of the phrases that has been popular over the years. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Have you heard that one? All right, here's another example. The planets. The order of the planets. Here we go. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Have you guys heard of a funny phrase to remember these? I hadn't heard of this one, but I like it. Here it is. My very educated mother just served us noodles. That's easier to remember. It forms a sentence. So then by writing, if I was asked to know the order, not just the planets, but in the correct order, and I had this sentence that has it has to go in this order for the sentence to make sense, then I could use the first letters of these words to jog my memory for all the planets. Okay, I hope this is making sense. Now we're going to try it out. This is where you need your scratch paper. Okay, this is a map of Central America. Mexico and Colombia are not part of Central America, but they're included on this map just to orient you. So we're going to go in order of north to south. So on your scratch paper, please write down Belize, Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, and Panama. Feel free to pause this video to get those written down. Okay? Belize, Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, and Panama. Okay, now I want you to do what you saw in the last slide like this. So you should have the countries listed and then draw an arrow and come up with a silly or crazy phrase or sentence that goes in that starts, that the words have the same first letter as the first letter of the countries. So the first letter in your crazy phrase or funny phrase is going to be B, G, H, E, or S, depending on what would help you for El Salvador, then N, then C, then P. Okay? Pause this video until you have come up with that phrase, your funny phrase. Then when you're ready, restart the video and turn your scratch paper over. Here are the countries without labels. See if you can remember the names by using your funny phrase. Even if you chose to just kind of skip right through this, I think you can see how it would be helpful if you were taking a geography class and you knew you were going to have to fill out a blank map. That rather than these abstract words like Nicaragua, if you have attached them just to an association, to a funny phrase, that could really help you remember them in the correct order. Okay, here's another example. Here's a second strategy, the strategy of stories, okay? Stories can be used to remember information that are in a process or a series of events. So for example, think about like if you needed to remember the order of the US presidents or the stages of photosynthesis. Okay, so here the equation for photosynthesis is that water plus carbon dioxide plus sunlight is converted to oxygen and sugar. So here's a story. It's just a one-sentence story, but nonetheless, it's a story. When he put carbonated water in the sun, the air smelled sweet. So simple, efficient strategies to help our brains remember. Okay, here is a diagram of a leg. An illustration. And here would be, like, let's say you were taking anatomy and biology and you needed to be able to take this test where you labeled the 6 major parts of the leg, okay? So anticipating that test, you came up with a story. Here are 2 stories. Elvis Pelvis and Lemur Femur entered a restaurant, eager to eat their favorite Nutella Patella sandwich. However, their server, Timmy Tibula, told them a fibula that they were out of the special sandwich and presented them with a parcel of tarsals instead. Super cheesy. Here's another one. It's very similar. Elvis Pelvis secretly rode his bike to the Femur Creamer to buy his favorite ice cream, Nutella Patella. After snarfing down the cone, he dashed home and told his younger sibling, Tibia, a little fibula about his whereabouts. Feeling guilty, he gave his little brother a parcel of tarsals. Okay, so here we have, let's see if we can remember it. Elvis Pelvis, Femur Creamer, Nutella Patella, Tibia, Fibula, a parcel of tarsal. Okay, so this is the idea. These stories can help us remember. And so you can see how if you needed to remember a tricky process, you could write down the pieces of that information and then think of a story that combines those pieces of information. Okay, so today, or in this presentation, we've gone over silly, funny phrases as well as stories as 2 more strategies to help you remember information. I want you to think and ask yourself, I'm going to skip all this. I want you to just ask yourself, when would you use a funny phrase to remember something? When do you think that would be helpful? What kind of situation? Would it be for math, for science, for geography, for history, for English language arts? What would you use it for? When would you use a story instead? Which situations would call for different methods, and why would those different methods work best in different situations? That's just for your own reflection. All right, now that you're done with this, the next step is going to be to turn in your 3-column notes that you've done on these last 2 presentations.